Hey and welcome. I'm George Pierce. I am the founder of Internet Marketing Training, and thank you for watching. Appreciate you watching this video. The video is the third in a series, and it's about helping you improve your YouTube results so you can get more subscribers and more viewers and more comments and so forth. The first bit where we left off in the second video was we were in the middle of search engine optimization, which is just a way that we are going to communicate with the search engine. We're going to tell them what our video is all about. So let's go to the next step. Okay, the next thing that you and I are supposed to do is to better communicate with the search engines is to include a transcript of the video in our description. All right, well, there's a couple of problems. So there's several problems there that these big dogs don't seem to want to tell you about. Number one, there's only room for either 5,000 words or 5,000 characters. Unless it's a short video, the bottom line is there's not enough room to put in a transcription. Okay, but if you want to transcribe, then I sincerely do not know of, and they're going to tell you, you can go here, and Google has a couple of free tools, and they do. The Google Docs has a free tool that will essentially, it's speech recognition, and it will turn your speech into text. And they also, of course, have speech recognition, or you probably have it on your computer. It's built in, and that should turn your speech into text. And those are, they don't work, or they don't work well enough to, they're going to waste your time. You might as well just go ahead and manually transcribe versus using the free tools that I know of. Now, there may be one or 101 out there that are free and that are good, but I haven't found them. So, and I've probably checked out several dozen, and none of them are worth a foot if they're free. The only one that is sort of worth a foot, and that's not a nice way to put it, but it's called TEMI.com, TEMI.com. It is not free. It is 10 cents a minute, but that's very reasonable. I mean, even if you have a 20-minute video, that's pretty reasonable. You couldn't pay somebody to transcribe that. It's very user-friendly, but it is not super accurate because it's cheap. And I don't want to knock it, but if you're looking for an inexpensive way out, I would love to tell you about a free one. I honestly don't know of one that's worth telling you about. If you know of one that's worth telling me about, put it in the comments. I mean, seriously, put it in the comments. I want to know about it, and we can share it with the whole world, or I'll share it with the whole world, because I think it's something that some of us are looking for anyways, especially if you're making short videos, 2, 3, maybe less than 5 minutes, depends on how many words you're using. But that's a good way. Now, the other thing is that most of us have a script, or some kind of a script at least, that we are reading in a sense, and I have an outline, so to speak. Well, use that, or at least this is the thought, use that script or that outline as the basis for your description, so that you're not putting in word for word, but you're covering or highlighting all the proper words, especially the key words that we've just been talking about. You're highlighting all that in your description. And the other thing is you want to make sure that you put your links in there. Now, some of the gurus tell you not to put them up top. I don't agree with it. I believe that we have to put them up top because people, unfortunately, are maybe a little too lazy to push the button, show more or whatever. They're not going to do that. So I wanted above the fold, and this is really at the top of the fold, that top third technically when you're reading, but this is actually the top couple 3 lines. So I would recommend to put the link or whatever links that they need to take action very near the top so that they don't have to get down below there, which they might not get down to. So maybe my product name or my company name or whatever, and click here to go to wherever you told them to go to in your video. And then, of course, later on down, you can put Facebook and Twitter and so on, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever other social groups or social networks that you're involved with. But anyway, that's my suggestion. Now, part of the reason I say that is because part of my research is, what are the big dogs doing? Just because they tell us doesn't mean that it's right. And the reason why I say big dogs, I'm not exactly a little puppy anymore, as far as the fact that I've got almost 20 years and I actually have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. But YouTube, I've not been doing YouTube like I'm going to be doing now and in the future, and I'm really trying to do it now. And the reason is, and I'm sure you're aware of it, or if you haven't heard of it, I mean, video is it. It's going to be all video, virtually all video, in the very near future. We're up over 50% already. They expect it's going to be 80% within the next year or so, and eventually almost 100%. So if you're not doing video, then you need to be doing video, and I'm glad you're watching. This is certainly a good step. And if you are doing video, I'm even more glad you're watching, because now, if we're doing video, which we are, we need to be doing it right. And there's just some simple, basic marketing. But see, that's the beauty of marketing. It doesn't matter whether we're on YouTube. In fact, YouTube is a major plus, because now I get a chance to really connect with you. And I got into that in much more detail again on video number 1. So I'm going to refer you back to video number 1. But that's one of the things that actually enters into SEO. In other words, search engines are not just going to look at our keywords. They're not just going to look at our description. They're not just going to look at our tags. They're actually going to look at what is called viewer retention. And viewer retention is what that relates to is how long a viewer watches your video. If they watch it to the end, it's really a percentage of your video that they watch. Because if it's a long video and they watch, if it's 10 minutes long and they watch for 5 minutes, they watch 50%. If it's 2 minutes long, they watch for 1 minute, they watch 50%. So, but that's what the search engines look at, and that's a good thing to look at, because if people are watching your videos all the way to the end, then that pretty much says there has to be something in there that is keeping them glued to that video. And if they're not watching all of your video, then there's whatever that is that needs to make your video sticky, and we're going to try to help you with that. Whatever needs to keep them stuck to your video, we're going to help you be able to do that better and better. But part of that is actually your title, believe it or not, and your thumbnail. These are things that are extremely important, and most YouTubers don't put much value there, but your title is what's going to get that viewer to your video. They're going to see your video and mine and whatever, and I got the catchy title, good chance they're going to come to my video. You got the catchy title, they are going to come to you. Now let's back that up with a thumbnail that is eye-catching with that nice title on there, that catchy title. Wow, now we've got a much better chance of getting that viewer to our video. So it starts with the title and the thumbnail, and that's going to be next video. We're going to get it because there's a certain process, more tools, some fantastic free tools, unbelievable free tools. You won't believe these tools after you see them. I can't believe even available, and it's no way that's free. But there's some great tools that are out there that'll help you with this stuff, including your title. There's some free tools that will help you to improve the daylights out of that title. And if you've got a good title now, once you get past that, then we're going to make sure that you are better able to draw them into that video. You got them to the video, now you got to kind of bring them into the video. Once they get in there, if you got good content, they're not going to leave. And now your viewer retention starts going up and up and up and up. The search engines haven't just found you. They're going to see these keywords are going to help you to get found. And then the beauty is that once one of these search engines find you, the rest follow suit. And I'm going to tell you a real short story, or try to. I set up a forum a few years back, and had Russians. Nothing wrong with Russia, but people from Russia were swarming my forum. I even had a Russian greeting, welcome, and some welcome Russian words on there just to kind of make them feel more comfortable. But those Russian search engines begat the other search engines to find me. So it led to the American and the U.S. and the rest of the world search engines finding my site. So it is a sort of a domino effect. Once one search engine finds you, then the rest kind of follow suit, especially Google. Once Google finds us, and the beauty of YouTube is that basically Google is YouTube, and YouTube is Google, and it's Google, of course, is number one. YouTube is number two as far as search engines, and I think that's going to change real soon, or maybe not real soon, but pretty soon. YouTube's going to be number one because everything is going to be video, or virtually everything. So you need to get on that video bandwagon. I'm on it, and if I can get on it and do it, and I can, and anybody can, and that's the whole idea. Anybody can do this stuff, but there's a few little things, quite a lot of little things in some cases, that you just need to nail down and make a few changes, and maybe make a few changes up here as far as how we think about doing things, which again, if you go back to number one, I got into a little bit about mindset. We have to tune ourselves into our viewers. This isn't about us. It's not about what I think you want to hear. It's what you want to hear. And I mean, I can't just tell you what you want to hear. I have to back it up with some solid content and quality content. But I have tools that I'm sharing with you. I have ways to find out what it is that I need to be sharing with you and how to best share it with you. So I'm running off the mouth. I apologize, but there's certain things, or so many little things that as you start taking care of them, all of a sudden things start to happen. And in my case, I barely even knew what these little things were. I was just plugging along, and well, this don't work, well, let me try that. Well, this don't work, let me try that. And then finally this worked, and then that worked, and then I had a few things working, and then more things working, and eventually things started to click. Well, that's exactly what you're going to go through, except I'm trying to help you not have to learn the way I did, which is really the hard way, by learning what don't work. I want to help you to see what does work. And then you can just tweak it, change it, modify it to fit your niche, to fit you, your personality, and especially to tailor it to your audience. Because that's what it's all about. Number one is the audience. Number two is the search engine. Now, we don't want to forget the search engine, and we need those search engines. Unfortunately, that's not the best word, but we need the search engines to bring us that audience. Without the search engines, the audience isn't going to find us. So we do have to cater to the search engine somewhat, but we still never want to forget that we have to cater to you, to me, to that viewer, number one. So anyway, in our next video, we're going to be covering a lot more about simple things, such as your title, but how you can come up with a killer. Well, I can't think of a better title. I got a few tools that'll help you. Free. I don't know how to do, or I just can't think of, I don't know, how do I do this thumbnail stuff? Simple. Real simple. I'll show you where to get the images, where you can get them free. I show you some free tools, and you can also go with paid. I've got a fantastic paid tool that can barely keep up with some of the free stuff that's out right now. So, but I'm going to share that. That's just some of what you're going to get in the next video. I will be posting a link below once the video is online, but you're certainly welcome to register. I hope you like what you're seeing. If you do, give us a like if you would, and go ahead and subscribe, and that way you won't miss out. So I've got a lot more to share with you, and it works. Just give us a shot, and you'll find out this stuff works. And there's some of the things that may be exactly what the big dogs are telling us, and some of the things are not exactly what the big dogs are telling us, because I have my own way of doing things, and I didn't learn from the big dogs. I learned the hard way. But I do know, and I can't promise you anything, but I can promise you that what I'm sharing with you works for me, and it has worked for quite a few other people, by the way, because I do help a lot of other people. I'm not for hire, but I do help a lot of other people that are nonprofits in particular. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, just that. So I know that what I'm doing will work for others as well, even though I can't promise you that. So I did just to help give you a little bit more reassurance. But again, I invite you to click the link below if the third video is available, and if not, and even if it is, I certainly will hope that you'll subscribe. I do want to thank you again for watching. My name is George Pierce. I'm the founder again of Internet Marketer Training. You'll find one other link down there, which will be a link to our Join Us page. Internet Marketer Training is about internet marketing, and it's free. It's all free. You do need to become a member. The membership is free, but there's an awful lot more that you can learn about internet marketing that is available if you join us, and that's your call, of course, but there is a Join Us button. So thank you again for watching. We'll see you on the next video.